Our celebrity couple today is a total smash. Of course, I'm referring to the short-lived, critically panned NBC show about Broadway starring Katharine McPhee.
Happy birthday to you.
The singer and her husband, composer David Foster, knew each other for decades before tying the knot in 2019, despite their 35-year age difference.
That would be like me marrying a baby. Forget I said that. This is the love story of one of Hollywood's most musical couples.
This is Hooked Up to Hitched. Jazz hands, Brian.
You don't have to ask me twice. Katharine McPhee was introduced to the world as a contestant on season 5 of American Idol. Belting notes and melting hearts, she caught the attention of men everywhere, including composer David Foster. He stopped by to help McPhee practice one of his hit songs, Whitney Houston's I Have Nothing.
I think Katharine has a great future.
Oh, I bet you do, Davey.
They were definitely vibing right from the get-go, but both lovebirds have insisted repeatedly that their relationship wasn't romantic at first. After placing second on her season of American Idol,
AKA the Taylor Hicks tragedy,
McPhee went on to forge her own performing career and in 2008 married actor Nick Kokos, confirming Foster's status as friend.
which seemingly was fine by him. Foster even attended the young couple's wedding and assisted on the piano when McPhee sang Unforgettable for her guests.
I can't believe he played piano at his future wife's wedding.
I know, it's crazy. And that Katharine McPhee performed at her own wedding. I mean, I guess she had a captive audience, right?
Just a few years later, Foster also got married to model and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Yolanda Hadid.
Not to mention mom to models Gigi, Bella, and Anwar.
Fans of the Bravo reality show loved Foster and Hadid's on-screen romance, but he later told journalists that the show put a serious strain on his and Hadid's relationship. Page Six also reported that Hadid's struggle with Lyme disease was often more than Foster could handle. They divorced in 2015.
Just 1 year earlier, McPhee and her first husband also decided to amicably separate. Our two friends were now both single again. By 2017, the duo's very public, quote, friendship started to gain lots of attention as they were spotted together at restaurants, basketball games, and award show after parties.
Foster's daughter Erin even got in on the speculation game, posting pics of McPhee and her dad having dinner in September 2017 with the caption, quote, excited about my new stepmom.
Then while promoting their VH1 show in 2017, Foster's daughters, who are both older than McPhee, said they had a lot of love for the young starlet and that they were always supportive of their father's love life.
You just have to keep a bridesmaid's dress on hand at all times.
The couple made it red carpet official when they arrived together at the 2018 Met Gala hand in hand.
The lesson here, wearing 35 pounds of jewelry around your neck is a pretty good distraction from a 35-year age gap.
In July of that year, while vacationing in Italy, Foster finally popped the question after almost 2 years of dating and 17 years of friendship.
As they planned their engagement, Foster and McPhee received their fair share of skepticism over their age difference, but were quick to defend their love. McPhee even took to Twitter to remind people to vote instead of deciding who she gets to marry.
What do you love about Katharine?
Well, her singing, first of all.
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, where do I start? I mean, the inner beauty, the outer beauty, and we've been friends for 14 years.
In July of 2019, McPhee and Foster walked down the aisle, not for the first time, but the first time together.
Katharine wore an absolutely stunning custom-made Zac Posen wedding dress and said I do to her man in front of 100 friends and family in London. She took to Instagram to tell her fans, quote, exactly 13 years ago today, my very first single, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, was released right after Idol. Today, I'm marrying the man who produced it. Life is full of beautiful coincidences.
The newlyweds have happily shared their lives and music on social media, even posting mini concerts from their home during the pandemic. And in February of this year, the couple announced the birth of their first child, a beautiful baby boy named Rennie David Foster. The new mom is about 35 years older than her newborn. Another beautiful coincidence, perhaps?
At 71, this is Foster's 6th child and first son. But if Mick Jagger can raise a kid in his 70s, it should be no sweat for the guy who wrote this.
Don't make me close one door. I don't wanna hurt anymore.
Okay, Eileen, let's break it down. Why do Katharine and David work?
Well, Brian, I have to say that I believe their love of music really brought them together. I mean, all throughout the pandemic, they made beautiful music together. And yeah, their chemistry just really showed. So I think that that's been obviously the driving force. Why do you think that they work?
Well, as someone who actually watched American Idol back in 2000, whatever, I can say that she really was this, incredible talent, just so beautiful, incredible voice. Her mom's a voice teacher. She just grew up singing by the piano. So I think this is like a match made in heaven. And I remember back in the 2000s, George Clooney publicly said that he had a crush on Katharine McPhee. He said she's one to watch. I think she just had captured the moment. It's crazy she didn't win the show that year. And I actually think she should have a bigger career. But I think she was sort of, obviously an older man back then was interested. It was George Clooney. And I think she just has that little magic something that finally nailed down David Foster.
But he even admitted in his 70s that he is a runner in relationships. When things get tough, either relationships in his marriage or with his kids, he runs. I mean, to me, that would be a huge red flag. So it seems like Katharine may have just been the stereotypical woman who's like, I think I'm the one that can change him. What do you think, Brian? Would you commit to someone like that?
I love a challenge, and I think Katharine does too. She's in Hollywood. I think she has a sense of humor about all of this. She has that kind of cool stepmom vibe to me, and I think her relationship with the adult daughters of David Foster really speaks volumes. That to me, that's what family is all about. You can kind of take the piss out of someone. I love this quote. I want to read it. This is from Erin. She said, "Our biggest issue with Katharine is how hot she is. Her body is insane. When she comes over for family Sundays, I'm like, don't get in a bikini. My husband's always like, Kat, get in the pool." And I'm like, Simon. So clearly,
Yeah, wow.
I love this family. How funny is that? That her, I guess, sons-in-law are checking her out in a bikini by the pool. It's just goofy, and clearly they've seen women come through a revolving door with David Foster's life, and obviously dramatic women, a Bravo celebrity. It might be finally a good, just perfect, match for them. I don't know.
I will say that it's so interesting that just recently, Katharine shared that she spilled the beans on the Today Show of their child's name, Rennie.
Yeah, what's his name?
Okay, well, his name, we haven't said anything. My husband hopefully won't kill me for saying it, but his name is Rennie David Foster. My husband was kind of annoyed. I said, what was I supposed to say? Nothing. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not sharing the name.
And that David actually got upset over this. I mean, it seems like, okay, it's a slip up, I get it. You want to hold some sort of privacy, but to really get upset over that, I don't know. It kind of gives an insight as to their relationship a little bit. And are they fighting about these small things often? I don't know. Do you think, Brian, that they're going to make it in the long haul? What's your verdict?
I say yes. He doesn't have a whole lot of years left anyway, but...
Aren't there?
Well, which couple do you want to see go from hooked up to hitched next? We got a couple fun ones coming up. Let us know in the comments. Good to see you, Eileen.
Good to see you too, Brian.